Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is KicksArt here to show you guys how to draw the Nike Kyrie 4 step by step. I'm going to start off by drawing two squares right next to each other. This is going to set up the foundation for the rest of the shoe. And how big you make the squares determines on how big the shoe is going to be. So if you want it to be smaller, make it small. If you want it big, make it big. Then I'm going to go ahead and set up my guidelines to cut those two squares in half, as well as I'm going to set up guides in the bottom half to divide that into fourths. Then on the right square, I'm going to divide that bottom quadrant into halves, and then the same on the left quadrant as well. Then I'm going to divide that bottom baseline into fourths. Now I'm going to start working on the silhouette, and I'm going to start off with the bottom left end of the toe. Notice where I put the lines compared to where the guidelines are. This will give you a good idea for where your silhouette should be, so that way your shoe looks proportionally correct. As always, if something doesn't look right, do not panic. You can always go over it again. That is the beauty of using pencil. Just make sure that when you're first using your pencil marks that you don't apply it too hard, so that way it's more forgiving when you go to erase it in the end. Then I'm going to add the tongue, and I'm going to start getting some detail for the sock liner. Next, I'm going to start working on the outsole, those three ridges that we have. That first ridge is going to be based off on the middle line that we have between the two boxes, and then the other two ridges are going to follow suit right afterward. Now for the Kyrie 4, these ridges aren't like spikes, so you want to make sure that you have them going pretty curvy, almost like mountains. And then I just connect the back part of the outsole towards those ridges. Now I'm going to go ahead and add that midsole line. Notice how towards the end it stays above that medium guideline, and then towards the front it dips down underneath it a bit. Now I'm going to add the swoosh. Notice where the positioning is for the front and for the end, and you're going to see I go over the swoosh a few times to make it look right. Again, you guys know what a Nike swoosh looks like. If it looks a little bit off, keep working at it until it gets right. The main thing for the swoosh is you want to give more weight to the swoosh on the bottom right hand corner, and then you're going to want to have it pointed on both of the ends. So keep working at it until it looks right. And then we're going to add that back panel real quick. And now we're going to start to add the laces. And notice for the laces how the positioning looks a little bit off. So I'll go back and I'll erase it until it looks even. Again, at this stage, there's nothing that you can't fix using your pencils. Afterward, I'm going to add the pull tab on the tongue. Then I'm just going to add that center line, dividing the front and the back half of the upper. The last thing I'm going to do is just go over the laces one more time, and after that you are done. Alright, and as always with the rest of the video, it's just going to be me going over these lines with my Micron marker, and then after I have the outline redone, then I'm just going to go through and give it a black gradient to show what it looks like with some color. Now, like I've been mentioning, I really want to do how to draw videos every day during my winter break, so that way you guys can have a nice little catalog of videos you can go back and reference. And the sneakers that I'm going to pick for my how to draw videos are going to be based off the comments from my last video that I uploaded. So if you want to have your favorite sneaker drawn for tomorrow, you got to comment down in this video. And the sneakers that I pick are a mix between what people want. So if a few people comment the same shoe, I'm more inclined to pick that shoe, as well as what I want to draw in. Doing daily videos, I have to have some input on what I want to do. It can't just be what everybody wants me to do, otherwise it can get very repetitive. Naturally, people want me to do a lot of Jordans, which is fine. You know, there's a lot of good Jordan models out there, but especially if you are into grabbing the stencil so that you can print them out, I highly recommend that you pick a shoe that I haven't done a stencil for yet, so that way you know when I upload a video that you're gonna get the stencil with it as well. And the goal is by this time next year, I have at least 100 to 150 different stencils on the site. At the moment, I probably have, I would say 30 to 40. A lot of them are Jordan models, and I still have a lot of different Jordan models to go through to add. One thing I'm also planning on doing is, during this winter break, is to kind of redo the site a bit. At the moment, it's pretty plain spaghetti. It works, it's functional, you can get all the stencils, but in terms of aesthetics and how it looks, it's not really set up too interesting. It's pretty boring. Like, let's just be honest, it's really boring. So I want to go through and make it a little bit cleaner, make the stencils a little bit cleaner. They're all scanned images from the drawings that I have, so I want to make sure that all the images are black and white, that there's no discoloration of yellow or anything in there from the paper. And for anybody who's wondering, the paper that I use is mixed media paper. It's pretty thick and it has a nice white color to it, so it doesn't really have that yellowish tint that some of the other papers have. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy this kind of content, please subscribe. I upload videos every day. Comment down below what sneaker you'd like to see me draw tomorrow. Alright guys, peace.